Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another error review. This time it's Brotherhood. So it's 3 episodes in a row where somebody comes back from the dead. Starting a bit of a tradition here.
Yeah.
Next episode everybody comes back from the dead, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
But in all seriousness, this episode focuses around Andy. It's a Diggle plot, which means it's alright.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's interesting. We get the Diggle drama, which means, I don't know, I don't care for Diggle drama.
There was a great moment I liked. Both Diggle and Laurel have been in the show from the start, and yet they haven't had much interaction until there was a nice conversation where we saw that they can relate.
Yes, you're right. That scene where they're at, like, whatever it was, that was a good scene between them.
Yeah.
That was a good scene.
That's an unlikely friendship we don't see much.
There was some good Diggle scenes. I remember David Ramsey saying that this whole storyline with his brother is one of his favourite things in the show, so...
And another nice scene I liked when he was talking to Lila, although when he was saying how he would have sacrificed anything for his brother back and he imagined it, that really reminded me of this moment Caitlin had when she said, I'd play this game, what would I give up for one more day with Ronnie?
Yeah, that's nice.
She's like, but now I wish he'd just stayed dead.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good comparison. I didn't think about that, but that's nice.
Yeah, really reminded me of Caitlin.
Yeah, there was good Diggle moments for Diggle, but there was annoying drama with Diggle and Oliver, because Diggle's like, screw him, he's an idiot. Whereas Oliver's like, no, we've got to go find him. Well, we'll figure out how well that turned out.
Both their points are good and relatable, because, family's important, but Diggle's also right that Andy's done bad stuff.
Exactly, but only time will tell which one of them will be right. Because we did get him, and he's in a cage. Keep that in mind. No, seriously, keep the fact that he's in a cage in mind. I want to bring it up next episode. Anyway, but yeah, aside from the Diggle plot, we do have a handful of other plots. We still have Ray sticking around. He's here and there.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see him around. He's a great character. He's still here for the last episode.
Yeah, and he's not legally back from the dead, so he's just kind of hiding.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure out what he's going to do. He enjoyed being a hero and helping out the team near the end and working with Felicity, but he didn't want to just show up for the sake of it. We'll get into what's happening with Ray very soon.
Yeah. There's also some interesting stuff with Thea.
Yeah, well, all right, we'll do the Thea stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously we still have her stuff, her side plot with, that dude.
That...
Yeah, you know that guy.
Oh, right, the campaign guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Oliver called her Speedy around him, which is so dumb, because you'd think the campaign guy would think, oh, that's the same name the vigilante guy
I thought about that. They were really stupid in choosing Speedy to be her vigilante name, because he still uses the name Speedy in another context. So, that's a bit stupid.
Yeah.
Nobody's really pointed that out.
I guess people just assume, oh, it was already her nickname, someone else chose it, whatever.
What a coincidence. Oh, boy. But
also, for some reason, she used a sword in this episode.
I mean, we know she can use a sword. The first thing she ever learned from Malcolm was swords, not bows.
Yeah.
That's the thing, she trained with swords more, and then suddenly she becomes Speedy and she's like, oh, I'm gonna use bows, even though we've never seen her use bows in season 3.
Yeah.
Oh well, but we get more stuff with Malcolm and Damien, because when she goes to fight Damien, apparently Damien's powers cured her bloodlust temporarily, so now she's like, hey Malcolm, can you help me with this weird plan of mine?
Yeah, because before that, Malcolm did have an idea. He gave her the name of a guy who's a pedophile but hasn't been caught, so he's like, well, he deserves it. Might as well kill him. And I was thinking, expanding on that idea, she should just go to, where a prison holds people that are scheduled to get death, and just kill them right before the death penalty. So
I guess, but
they were going to die anyway.
But she just doesn't want to kill people anyway. So
but
now
they were scheduled for the death penalty.
I don't know. People are weird. We also have a very minor point of Quentin because now Quentin's not being trusted by Damien because
Yeah.
he he spied him in the last episode, and then he took information in this episode. So it's immediately after having a conversation about he's not trusted, he thinks, "Gee, I'm gonna steal this information just that was left here." Nice going, Quentin.
Yeah.
Although there was a weird point. Damien says, "Oh, killing your daughter's not the worst thing I can threaten you with." Wonder what that's referring to.
I don't know.
What could possibly be worse? Who knows? I mean, he can kill 2 daughters, but...
He can make them suffer a lot instead of just killing them quickly.
Well, first one, then the other. We also have this weird plot of Damien wants to work with Oliver as mayor, which is just a weird...
Which, it brings up a lot of drama because everyone, mostly Felicity, tells him he's an idiot for that.
It's also an interesting flip because usually in these shows, usually the villain knows way more and the hero knows nothing and they don't realize they're working with it.
Yeah,
it's kind of a funny backflip.
But Damien doesn't know it's him.
Damien doesn't know Oliver's identity, but Oliver knows Damien's identity right from the get-go. So, yeah. But now, Damien's starting to get annoyed that Oliver's going ahead with stuff because he needs to pay for whatever reason, but... all in all, it wasn't a bad episode. Not a huge one. I'm not that fond of Diggle plots, but it was all right.
It was alright. I'll go 7. It'll do.
I'll give it a nice average 7.5.
Which is funny because it is episode 7.
Oh, yes, it is episode... yeah, it is episode 7.
Yeah.
But, well, whatever. We've brought people back from the dead. Now Andy's back. Now we get some Diggle stuff. Now he's caged. Some stuff going forward. But yeah, it was a Diggle plot with a little bit of every other plot sprinkled inside.
Yeah.
We'll get more into it next episode because there's this also bit where, Oliver says, "Oh, we're going to clean up the bay," which we'll pick up to soon, not counting the next episode. But speaking of, what's the next episode?
Legends!
Of
Today.
or yesterday. Technically, it's the Legends of Yesterday's the next Arrow episode, but yeah. The next time we see Arrow, it'll be crossover time.
Yeah, well, for some reason the DVD includes both of them on it, even though they're not both an Arrow episode.
It's really nice. It's the only time the DVD does that.
Yeah.
Usually you have to buy a separate one, which I'll bring up that fact. Did you know that... okay, so obviously you know how the later crossovers get their own DVD. Did you know in America, there is no DVD for the crossovers? You just have to buy all the shows. I loved rubbing it in the face of Americans whenever I buy the DVD. It's like, where'd you get that? But anyway, we're getting off track. We'll worry about the crossover next time. But anyway, we'll see you next time for more Arrow and other things as well. See you next time, guys. See you next time.